Now the rift, or the so-called rift, or the alleged rift between Virat Kohli and the BCCI at least is wide open and confirmed. We've just proven it to you. In that press conference ahead of South Africa's tour, Virat Kohli today said that there was no communication between him and the BCCI to continue as the T20 captain, and this has become a huge bone of contention. Virat Kohli saying one thing, the BCCI saying another. On the other side, BCCI chief Ganguly claimed that he had personally requested Virat Kohli to continue as the T20 captain. Why was there a communication gap between the world's richest cricket board and one of India's greatest cricket players? Our next report tries to answer that question. Indian Test captain Virat Kohli has dropped a bombshell. In his press conference ahead of India's tour of South Africa, Kohli has directly debunked BCCI chief Sourav Ganguly's earlier claims. Kohli says there was no communication between him and the BCCI regarding whether they wanted him to continue as India's T20 captain. Kohli claims the BCCI never questioned his decision of leaving the T20 captaincy and accepted it without any fuss.
जब T20 कैप्टेंसी को छोड़ने की मैंने पहले BCCI से कम्युनिकेट किया, सबसे पहले मैंने BCCI को अप्रोच किया कि मेरा ये पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, ये डिसीजन है और इन रीजंस की वजह से मैं ये करना चाहता हूं, तो उसको बहुत एक अच्छे तरीके से रिसीव किया गया. उसमें कोई ऑफेंस नहीं थी, उसमें कोई हेजिटेशन नहीं थी, उसमें मुझे ये नहीं कहा गया था कि आप T20 कैप्टेंसी ना छोड़िए, बल्कि उसको बहुत अच्छे से रिसीव किया गया कि बहुत एक प्रोग्रेसिव स्टेप है और सही डायरेक्शन में है.
The Indian team captain's response comes less than a week after BCCI chief Sourav Ganguly claimed he personally requested Kohli to continue as T20 captain. Ganguly had earlier claimed that Kohli had decided to quit T20 captaincy because he was feeling the workload. In an interview with a news agency, Ganguly also said Virat Kohli was removed as the one-day captain because selectors only wanted one white ball captain. Kohli was also honest about how the whole one-day captaincy saga transpired. While mentioning Rohit Sharma as an able captain, Kohli claimed he was sacked as the one-day skipper less than an hour before the announcement was made official, indicating that he was shoddily treated by the board.
Whatever was said about the communication that happened during the decision that was made was inaccurate. I was contacted 1.5 hours before the selection meeting on the 8th for the test series, and there was no prior communication with me at all since I announced the T20 captaincy decision. The chief selector discussed with me the test team, to which we both agreed, and before ending the call, I was told that the 5 selectors have decided that I will not be the ODI captain, and that's what happened. There was no communication prior to that at all.
Clearly, Kohli's remarks highlight how there's a massive communication gap between the BCCI and the Indian Test captain. Whether we'll see a clarification from the BCCI's president Sourav Ganguly himself, we'll have to wait and watch. Hanging in the balance is the integrity and unity of Team India. Sports Bureau, India Today. Well, after Virat Kohli's explosive conference following India Today's news break, in whose court is the ball in now? Actually, several people, not just one. Starting with Sourav Ganguly. Why is the ball in his court? Because Virat has directly and publicly debunked his claims about continuing as the T20 captain. The ball is also in the BCCI court because Virat has clearly, explicitly indicated that he has been treated in a shoddy manner by the BCCI without actually using those words. Indian selectors will also have to answer. The ball is also in their court about why Virat was kept in the dark on the BCCI's plan, as Virat is alleging. Number 4, Rahul Dravid, the new coach of the Indian team. The question is, the onus is going to be on him now to settle differences, and that's why the ball is also in his court. And finally, Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, who spoke earlier today, because he has said the federations have to do their job. Well, he will have to oversee it because this is all out in the public. It's the world's richest, biggest, most prestigious cricket board, one of our greatest captains of all time, and it's all out in the public. So maybe the situation needs to be escalated to his level so that things are brought to order as quickly as possible. Now, Virat Kohli has cleared the air on some of the things but raised many more questions, and he's dropped multiple bombshells. But he did clear the air regarding his rumoured rift with India's limited overs captain Rohit Sharma. Kohli also claimed that reports in the media about how he has been asked to take a break from he had asked to take a break from one days wasn't true, and said he's available for India's tour of South Africa. Basically meaning he's willing to play under Rohit Sharma's captaincy. Virat Kohli has finally broken his silence, sending out shockwaves after India Today's big agenda-setting sports news break.
And as you mentioned,
Kohli has finally debunked rumours of a rift between him and India's new limited overs captain Rohit Sharma. Ever since reports of Kohli missing the one-day series in South Africa started doing the rounds, many started wondering whether the two Indians were at loggerheads. Soon it became the talk of the town, whether Kohli and Rohit didn't want to play under each other's captaincy. But Kohli has cleared the air in his pre-departure press conference ahead of the Test series against South Africa. His words coming in the wake of former captain Mohammad Azharuddin wading into the entire rift speculation.
मेरे और रोहित के बीच में मैंने पहले भी ये कितनी बार एड्रेस किया आके कि हमारे बीच में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, और ऑनेस्टली मैं पिछले 2 या 2.5 साल से मैं इसको क्लैरिफाई करे जा रहा हूँ रेगुलरली, और मैं थक चुका हूँ इस चीज को क्लैरिफाई करके, क्योंकि ये बार-बार सवाल मुझसे पूछा जाता है.
Many believed it was a clash of two personalities. While Kohli is fierce and aggressive, Rohit possesses an aura of calm around him. The rumours of the infighting between the two pillars of Indian cricket reached even the highest echelons of India's sporting hierarchy.
देखिए, खेल बड़ा है और खेल से बड़ा कोई भी नहीं है. किस खेल में, किस गेम में, किस खिलाड़ी के बीच में क्या चल रहा है, मुझे इसकी जानकारी मैं नहीं दे सकता. संबंधित एसोसिएशन फेडरेशंस का ये काम है, और मुझे लगता है वही जानकारी दें तो उचित रहेगा.
Indian fans have been divided ever since the decision to split Team India's captaincy came to light. While Kohli will continue to lead India in tests, Rohit, his deputy in the longest format, will lead India in both one-days and T20s. Kohli, while addressing the media, also said he's ready to play under Rohit Sharma's captaincy, explaining how he never said he wanted a break from the one-day series in South Africa.
Well, I was and I am available for selection all this time. You should not be asking me this question. Honestly, this question should be asked to people who are writing about these things and their sources. Because as far as I'm concerned, I was always available. I have not had any communication with the BCCI to say that I want to rest.
While Kohli has managed to shut down the rumours for now, all of India will be hoping the two power centres of Indian cricket can come together as Team India looks to conquer the final frontier in South Africa. Sports Bureau, India Today. But the only problem is that Virat Kohli's answered the questions, which is fine. Some of the questions he's answered, but the questions he has left unanswered and the questions he has raised by the things he has said today are actually far, far bigger and have a bigger implication on the future of cricket. Here are the 5 big questions that we are asking that we believe have been raised by the things Virat Kohli has said. Will a split captaincy dent Team India's morale? Could the BCCI have handled this entire captain change better? Because it looks like everyone is irritated and angry about this. Is there a communication gap between Sourav Ganguly, the BCCI chief, and Virat Kohli? How unhealthy is that going to get? Is this an unnecessary row and hostility and animosity before a big historic South Africa tour in which India is poised to do well? Are Kohli and Ganguly not on the same page? And really, what are the implications of that? Those are questions that remain unanswered for now. But remember, as we told you first, the BCCI is expected to issue a statement later today. We already have an inside track on it, but we will continue to bring you the latest on this rapidly developing story here on India Today.